Hey y'all, and welcome back to FloTrack the Meetup, episode 10. I'm your host, Demitra Carter, and joins me today, I have Johnny Pace gearing up to go to Doha later. How are you doing today?
I can't wait for this 15-hour flight. I'm so fired up, but glad we could kind of prepare for that mentally by spending some time with you guys. But yeah, I can't wait. I mean, 3 for 3 on Diamond Leagues. It's going to be fun.
I love it. I love it. Nia, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing well. I'm super excited to be here.
I love it. Now, we had a lot of really cool things happen this past weekend, but I first want to dive into World Relays. Now, we were kind of talking about it earlier in like our meeting yesterday. You were like, how do people qualify? Like, what is World Relays? Nia, I know you watched it like actually live. I watched it from Instagram, but I'll go ahead and start with explaining how World Relays work. So we have a chart up here that I pulled from World Athletics, but basically the top teams from pairs automatically qualify for the World Relays. And then from the World Relays, there's 4 heats. And then from those 4 heats, the top 2 teams on day 1 go to the final. And if you go to the final, you automatically qualify for World Championships in Tokyo 2025. That's literally it. And then from there, it doesn't really matter what your placement is. You just have to finish top 2. After that, once you qualify, the final on day 2 is basically for prize money, breaking national records. Like, it's for funsies. So this whole thing is just to qualify for World Championships. So I know we saw a lot of things between Team USA, Jamaica dropping the baton, like all these different things. But the goal technically isn't to win, it's to qualify your team. So Nia, I'll start with you. I know we saw Spain kind of dominating both relays. Take me through it.
Yeah, Spain was definitely our Cinderella of the weekend. I don't think a lot of people, I don't even know if Spain themselves expected themselves to perform at the level that they did. I think them coming second in the 4x1, winning the 4x4 and stunning USA was something to really take in, and I think to put the rest of the athletics world on notice. Yes, a lot of the teams were not stacked, and arguably they probably were the only stacked team there, but again, we talk about this all the time. When you know you have the potential to do something versus when you actually do it, it sparks a new, different light in you. And then also bear in mind, Paula Sevilla, she was on the 4x4 final and also the 4x1 final. So she had about a 30-minute turnaround between both those races and was able to help win the 4x4 for Spain and then come second for the 4x1. And who's to say, obviously, let's talk about circumstances and what ifs, if she had fresh legs, if she had maybe an extra 30 minutes or just maybe 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
What could they have done? I think Spain is starting to really get it right at the right time.
Yeah. I mean, props to Paula. Like, that's so impressive. Like that's a range. And she's a bronze medalist. She was at European Champs and got a bronze medal in the Open 400. Like, she's truly a quarter miler at heart. And I think to see her be able to double dip and then medal in both, they broke a national record in the 4x4 too, which is really cool to see. They were crying it was all the emotions. I do think she cries all the time every time she medals, but it's really nice to see somebody like kind of put that effort into their performance, come away with wins for themselves individually, breaking national records. It was really cool to see.
I was half asleep when it was early because of that time difference. But it's funny, we were talking yesterday and I was looking over the results again and I was like, wait, they did not win the 4x1. And I compared it to when Richard Thompson came second, I think in the '08 Olympics, to Usain Bolt. The way he was jumping up and down, you would really think that, like I was saying, like you would think he broke the world record, national record, won the gold in like a way that no one else has before. But I think it's just so nice to see, and what makes the sport so special when you see the amount of emotions that these athletes have when they accomplish something. And it's still an accomplishment. Yes, they did not come out with the win, but I think sometimes we undervalue what second place can mean for certain countries.
Yeah, no, 100%. Johnny, did you have a chance to watch this weekend?
Yeah, I watched a lot of replays, but I think we got to give some kudos to a lot of these athletes. I mean, kind of wrapping up their China residency for a lot of them. They've spent probably almost a month out there, and then to wrap up there in Guangzhou. My alma mater, by the way, might I add. That's where I did a little grad school.
I was like, your alma mater's in China? I thought it was
Guangzhou, Sun Yat-sen University, little grad program. But I would have loved to have been out there for it. But yeah, respect to the athletes for holding it down out there for a month. I'm sure they're ready to fly on over to Doha, probably.
Yeah.
But no, it was cool. I think Simbine, held it down for South Africa, and that was cool to see South Africa do well. Looked like the weather wasn't the best. Everything I was seeing on the athlete stories was like downpour.
Yeah, we'll touch on Simbine too, but about the weather.
He gave Penn relays.
Yeah, it was
It was giving Penn.
I think it was some American I follow. It might have been TT Terry, I don't know, but she was like, it's giving Eugene, Oregon. I said it is. It's giving Hayward Field. But I mean, it goes back to like the point of this is literally to qualify. Like your goal is to quite literally not drop the stick, which leads me to Jamaica. We could talk about the women's though. That was a good one to see. They got third, qualified in the 4x100.
Shelly Ann.
Yeah.
Back at it again.
Yes, Shelly Ann back. It was nice to see her. I mean, not back. She just opened. She's running nicely again. I love it.
Yeah.
You said deep breaths. We need to.
Yeah. Woosah. Yeah, you guys know Team Jamaica down to the core over here. And I'm not necessarily disappointed, but I was really, really looking forward to them winning. I know I don't want to say only World Relays, but I think for that final, I would have been interested to see if Tia started off that race instead of Natasha Morrison. She has a lightning fast start, as we all know. I mean, both Tia and Tina. I think having Tina on the third leg was really good. Having Shelly on the backstretch was also really good. And I'm interested to see how this relay will work out in World Championships. At that time, I think they'll all be in peak form. I think right now a lot of them are just gearing up, just starting to dust off some things right now. Sharika's one of those, I would say. I don't think she's in tip-top form as of yet. But I think what we're seeing right now is good. And I think ultimately, yes, they didn't come out with the win, but they have secured their spot in World Championships for the relays. So I guess I can't be too mad at that. But I was really looking forward to a win. And I know we have other stuff to talk about, so I won't jump the gun. But just know I wasn't the happiest this weekend.
We will definitely dive into it.
Surely the men redeemed themselves, right?
No, they didn't.
Johnny, don't play with me. I'm still mourning that one.
That's funny. I want to go in and go over to the U.S. women. Now, I'm sure we've all seen the 4x1 with Kayla White putting the baton in TT Terry's hand. But overall, they got fourth. They qualified, did the job that they technically went out there to do. Honestly, like, they train in the same training group, Kayla and TT. And, of course, like, they always talk about the U.S. handoffs. I mean, U.S. is never known for having phenomenal handoffs. But I think for me, it was nice to see Kayla do her job.
Yes.
And I'm always an advocate that if something happens in a relay, not to put it's never anybody's fault, but I feel like when it comes to the relay 4x1 specifically, it's my job to put the baton in your hand. It's never my job to turn around. It's not my job to move around. Like, I've always been anchor in all my relays, and I feel like, and TT's a great anchor, not to compare, but anchor to me out of all the legs might be the easiest. They're all difficult, but like, your job as an anchor is just to leave on time and keep your hand still. And TT did her job.
Yes.
And Kayla put it in her hand.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if she left early, left late. It's still Kayla's job to communicate that to her. And it was nice to see. Like, it was, yeah, they had the chemistry. It was really cool.
I think what really impressed me as well is it's so easy to panic in that moment. When you watch the slow-mo, Kayla didn't panic. TT didn't panic. They didn't get jittery. They were like, oh my God, it's not my hand. Oh my God, da da da. Even though, like, in the moment, Kayla literally grabbed TT's hand and said, you're not leaving without this baton. But TT's face didn't change. Kayla's face didn't change. There was not a sign of panic on their face. And I think that speaks to the level of poise that they have.
Can you guys, for somebody who's like, I think the fastest relay I did was a 4x8, and that it's very, for us distance runners, that's quite different. Can you explain how like important a sprint relay handoff is and like what has to go into that to execute it well?
Yeah, I think 4x1 is not like any other relay. 4x4, you can look back. But 4x1, I think you can have the fastest 4 people. That means nothing. It's about how fast the baton can move through the exchange zone. That's also, I'm not a fan of people saying 4x1 splits because you could have ran 80 meters. Somebody else can run 120 meters. Yeah. Typically, when you put a relay together, your first leg is the best out the blocks. Your second leg is always your strongest runner because they say the second leg is the one who runs a little bit over 100 meters. So you put your strongest on the backstretch. That's why we see like a Gabby Thomas run the second leg pretty often. She's a 200 runner.
I see.
Your third leg is typically your best curve runner. That's when you see your Jenna Prandinis, people who can really run curves. And then your fourth leg is really your fastest. It could sometimes be your strongest too. Yeah. TT goes back and forth between second and fourth. Second's her favorite, but she's very capable of running fourth. Everybody's job is the same except the first and fourth. First, you need to start on time. Don't false start.
Yeah.
Everybody else's job is to leave on time. And leaving on time is so important because that's when your handoffs get murky. You leave late, now they're too close. You leave early, now they're too far. You have to slow down. And we saw that with the men's 4x1. Right. We saw it with a lot of 4x1s actually. But like that's how fast can the baton move? You can have the 4 fastest people. That doesn't matter. Right. I think chemistry plays a small role into it, and then practice.
Like, yeah, you got to clearly practice that because, like, the handoff itself, you drop that baton, you're toast.
Yeah, and at the exchange zone, like, there's a lot of parameters in it. And I think what you see oftentimes in high school that you typically won't see on the professional circuit is if I put my hand back, I'm not searching for the baton. I think it goes back, like, make it flat and trust the person to put it in your hand. If you left early, they'll tell, like, I was on a relay with the Kira Nugent from Jamaica at Baylor at Texas Relays. I'll never forget. I was always anchor. They put me second leg that time. I don't know if y'all seen Texas track. There's a lot of lines. I left early. Kira yelled at me. I slowed down. Like, it's not my job to like, oh, I left early. Let me, like, she will tell me if she's not going to reach me in time.
And you guys yelling at each other too?
Yeah. So you yell, I yell stick. Yeah. Yeah. And then you put your hand back.
Such an interesting thing. And I think this like team event and this team meet is pretty cool, especially when we're kind of in the heat of track season, which is so individual focused. Like, I love this team element coming into play before like a world championship.
Yeah,
because it's a completely different dynamic.
It feels so early.
And it also brings up like other countries into the forefront and the spotlight for you to really keep your eye on. Like, I will always say it and scream from the mountaintop: Japan, watch out for them.
Yeah.
Well, relays are part of their national heritage. Like the I forget what it's called, but yeah, like they're big on the relays, which is what's it called? It's like a very famous road marathon. I think that
Watch, you're gonna remember like a week and a half from now and be like, remember on the show when I was telling you about this?
That's funny. Now we're on the 4x1 topic. I want to go and talk about the USA men's 4x100. They got second overall. I mean, I know my opinions, but what are y'all's thoughts on it?
They scare me.
They scare me every time.
They scare me.
They got the stick around. I don't know if Kyrie and Courtney train in the same group, but I know that Kenny and Brandon do. But I don't think they exchange to each other though. Yeah. I think they were different legs.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either. I can fact check it later, but yeah, I don't think so either. But they scare me.
No, I'm terrified every time. It's what was the right? What Atto said?
Yeah, Otto said in 28 years, USA has not medaled in the Olympic 4x1. USA men.
It's always the. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's the practice. I don't know if it's relay coach. I don't know because it's not that USA is slow. Like USA is built like that.
There are like they arguably have some of the best sprinters in the world.
Yeah, we just can't get that stick around in a timely manner.
I don't know if it's discipline. I don't know if it's the system, but whatever it is, blow it up and start from the ground up. I'm not sure what it is because it's scary to me.
28. I'm 25. Like,
I'm gonna be honest. Like, I couldn't imagine. So, do you see how? When you mentioned earlier, Kayla White and TT Terry's handoff, it wasn't the cleanest in the world, but she made sure she got it. Now, if we were to put that role onto USA men's, I think that baton would have been jumping up and down from lane to lane in
out the
air,
exchange zone,
DNF, DQ. I don't know. Like,
maybe, I mean, I don't want to speculate, but that's what I'm about to do. I'm like, maybe they aren't, maybe they got some secret beef or something. Cause I think, because in college, I've seen some relays. If the girls don't like each other, stick might not make it.
Chemistry matters. And I think what also makes it hard is, relays can be a bit of a foreign concept for a lot of runners. At the end of the day, track and field is an individual sport.
Yeah.
So I think bringing a lot of players together and runners together and trying to build up chemistry and camaraderie that they're really not used to nor have to get used to is going to be difficult for anybody.
Yeah.
So now we're going to throw in egos. Maybe there are secret beefs. There's still people at the end of the day. Maybe, it could be anything, but it's stuff that you have to put aside, which can be difficult for people who literally don't have to do that.
Yeah. I think 4x1 is also very selfless. Like, it's a team thing. Like, and I mean, technically individual events matters, and that's what gets you to the relay. I mean, hey.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope we figure it out. Maybe I should be a relay coach. You know what? I think I can help.
So, I feel like from the show started to now, you've said you can be a youth coach,
a DJ,
college coach, a DJ. I'm gonna make a list of your resume.
Kung Fu Kenny's assistant.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Grip check assistant.
I'm excited for my future, y'all.
And then a relay coach.
yeah, it's
Multifaceted.
yes, all in the track space. I cannot wait. I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
Yeah, if I'm ever not doing this show, find me at the DJ booth with Kung Fu Kenny, being a coach.
You got to make sure you work on your moves. They were like in sync. They were in
I'm gonna drop a video. I'm gonna push the sport forward. Don't worry.
period.
Yeah. Now, Johnny, I know you talked about Simbine a little bit. Let's get into it. We have a photo of him. He was on the 4x1. Got them. I'm not going to say it was just him, but South Africa qualified for world champs. Talk to me. How are you feeling about it?
No, we love it. I mean, he's been on a tear this month, and he was telling me, he was telling me in Shanghai, like, that team is like so strong. And what was it? They got silver in the Olympics, so they have like a very strong precedent. So yeah, it's there he is, flexing it for everybody. He's that's like his move at this point.
Is it actually?
He's hit it the last 2 Diamond Leagues, showing off the guns. But
Oh, period.
yes, I love to see. I didn't get to watch the full replay. Did either of you guys see it?
Yes.
Yes, I did. They low-key should have got disqualified.
Ooh.
I think if we're going according to how strict they can be, but I think they were pretty lenient at this meet, which is nice because you get to see the best of the best. But I can't remember who the first leg was, but they did, I guess, technically false start. But it looked like he tripped out the blocks, and they gave grace. And I thought they were going to give like a yellow card. They gave a green card. I was like, oh, okay. I like
Oh, they
it.
restarted it though?
They restarted it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty brilliant.
So I guess I didn't watch the full thing. I only watched the actual race. So I guess I missed that.
Yeah, but they ran a hell of a race. I'll tell you that much. And I bring that up because, again, that would spook a lot of people. Maybe that would make them come out the blocks a little later because, like, okay, I don't want to false start. I want to at least make sure second hand gets the baton. But they just kept their composure, brushed it off, short-term memory, won the race.
I love it. I love it. I want to go and get into Doha. We have Doha Diamond League this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what are you excited to see? John, I know you'll be on the ground. Nia, I know you have a sweep in mind.
I do.
Yes. Who wants to go first?
Nia, ladies first.
Oh, you're so polite. I think, yeah, women's 100, we're going to have a pretty stacked field, and I do think we're going to see a Jamaica sweep. I think in some variation, it's going to be Shelly Ann Fraser-Price, Tia Clayton, Tina Clayton.
And it's not that I disagree. I think that's very possible. I think the one person that could like shake it up is Zoe Hobbs. I believe, yeah.
I don't hate that.
Yeah.
I still think it's sweet, but I don't hate that.
Yeah, no, I don't hate it. I agree. But I'm like, if anybody was going to shake it up, I think it would be her. Yeah.
I mean, it might even be. I think, is Natasha Morrison in that race as well?
I don't know.
I got to check. If she is, 1, 2, 3, 4.
She lost me. Nia, you lost me on that one. Like that. I don't know about that, but
You know I'm biased. That was my heart speaking just now. That was my
that
heart
was from within.
That was my heart
I love that for you. You lucky there's not like a Juju or somebody for me to really hop on because I agree with your take. It's not the 1, 2, 3, 4 is crazy.
1, 2, 3 for sure.
Yeah.
Like that's me speaking with my heart and my mind. My heart, 1, 2, 3, 4.
But the twins aren't equivalent. One's faster than the other though. No,
Yes.
they are twins or are they sisters?
They're twins.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I get that mixed. This is unrelated, but Chloe and Hallie, the singer.
I used to think they were
I
twins.
used to think they were twins.
I swore they were twins because they were twins on Grownish. That's
Yes,
why.
I thought they were twins.
They were twins on Grownish. That's exactly why.
Yeah, and then I realized that they weren't twins. So.
Our assumption was fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not.
That's why I was like, I have to ask now.
Our assumption was fair.
Can't just assume.
Let me see. I think I'm excited to see a little bit, some new faces make it out there. I think in new events as well that we didn't see at the first two. Women's pole vault, Katie Moon is going to be out there, which I'm excited. I'm always rooting for her, and so that'll be cool. Pole vault's always fun at these things, and we've seen the men the last 2 meetings. So yeah, women's pole vault should be neat. I'm excited for Bryce Hoppel in the 800 pulling up. I can't remember. I'm not sure if we've had an 800 at the Diamond League yet on the men's side, but
I don't think so. I mean, you would know. You were there.
I was there. But I was locked in taking the pics, but yeah, Bryce out there should be pretty cool. Especially he's building up his strength after running a mile at Grand Slam with the short distance group. So I'm excited to see him focus on his main event and see what he can do.
I love it. I'm excited for Katie. She
had a
chose.
really good indoor season, right?
She had a great indoor season. She opted not to go to World Indoors to focus on outdoor and making that world team. So this should be. I'm excited for her. Yeah.
I love it.
I do want to talk about this men's 200. Let's Sal Topogo is racing a 200. Now, for context, we're about to play a video. He has raced a 200 before. If you ask all of us in this room, was it like actually on a legal track? I don't know. Not that he ran crazy fast. It was just the lines were painted the day before. I have a video of his race that he ran in his country, but I want us to also look at the lines while he's running. Let's go ahead and play this video.
They're away, and Topogo almost seemed to take out 2 or 3 strides on the athlete. Adams outside him immediately from the blocks. Vlemings is going out strongly in the red for Belgium on the inside as well, already through on Kerr. But Topogo will start to get moving now. He has got some challenges on the inside, but Topogo looks to be running well within himself. And
I wish
easing
this
away
angle
for a
really showed that
victory,
finish
shutting
line.
it right
Because
down,
it appears
and still just
straight.
outside 20
It's
seconds.
not.
Pictures.
Well, let's
Yes.
see Topogo.
Yes.
Well, they came
You
to
gotta
see
show
him
the
win,
pictures.
I need
and win
to.
he did in his own inimitable
Because it's
style.
not. It's deceiving.
Yeah. First of all, you can't tell me he didn't run like 204 meters or something like that. That was not a
Yeah.
200.
If he would have broke a record, I don't think they would have ratified that.
I think when you're dealing with that track, there's the wind factor that you account for, but perhaps also the line factor.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
the
matters.
lines.
It matters.
And maybe it didn't matter to him, but for record purposes, I think it.
Who's their line guy?
I don't want him. I know that. Yeah. That's so funny. But I'm
We
excited to
talked
see-
about this one about a month ago as well,
We
right?
did, yeah. That's because when I was researching who was in the Diamond Heat, like the Doha starting list, I saw Topogo and I was like, okay, I think this is his first 200. And then Nia was like, no, he ran in Botswana. I was like, that janky track, he did. You're right. It's not that he was janky; they just did it late.
Yeah, it was a rush job for sure.
Yeah.
Like, projects due 8 a.m. the next morning.
Yeah.
He's scrambling. You're in Michael's looking for whatever.
Yeah,
They did the best they could.
yeah.
They tried at least.
They tried their best, but I'm excited for a real Doha track is great. The lines are already there. I'm excited to see him race.
Oh, it's
too.
going to be fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so somebody told me in Doha that they have air-conditioned sidewalks, which
Okay.
I have to confirm. But, I looked at the forecast. I thought I was getting out lucky because it's going to be 100+ degrees here in Austin. It's going to be the same temperature out there. It's going to be 105.
It's like your home.
So I'm trying to figure out, though, what are the athletes going to do? I guess the meet is at night. It's still going to be in the 90s. So they better pull out the air-conditioned stadium, the air-conditioned track.
I love a hot track though for sprints.
Fair enough.
Not gonna lie.
great.
Yeah.
105?
I mean, warm up. Yeah, no. If you hydrate correctly, you can see some fast times. I'm still standing by it. The one year that Nationals was in Austin, all the sprint records were going down. When it's in Eugene, you don't see it happen. That's why they stand for
point.
so long. It's not that they're not fast enough. The weather matters. Now, distance is different.
Yeah, good thing it's not a 10K, right?
Yeah, this is different. But like your short sprints, your hurdles, yeah.
Yeah. I think, like, all jokes aside with Topogo, I'm really excited to see him run this 200. He's been starting off the season with the 400s. He ran a couple 100s. So I think, like, the 200 not only is his main event, but he's sharpened up. He has the strength. I really can see him kind of slingshotting off that turn and finishing that race in, like, a really good, like, sub 20.
No, I
easily.
100% agree. I think, yeah, as long as it's not a crazy headwind, I think because he ran into a headwind in Botswana too, and he went 20 point. So I think it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, after running 208 meters. Look at him.
It could have been 199. We don't know, but
You're right. You're right. The world may never know.
Never know. Every lane was different, so I love it. Now, I do want to go ahead and talk about what's hot. We saw the Met Gala. We posted some photos. We had 3 gold medalists there. We had Shacarri, we had Noah Lyles, and then we had Gabby. Side note, Gabby, I saw her at Grand Slam Miami. I scroll my page. She's at the Met. It was cute. I like
yeah,
it.
she got stuff to do. Jet setting.
Let's go ahead and start with Gabby since we're on it. When we were looking at the photos, I was like, who's this lady she's with? That is Charlotte Tilbury, the
Yeah.
makeup girly.
Yep, she got her makeup done by Charlotte, and the look is phenomenal. I think she really encapsulated the theme to a T because she's giving me Josephine Baker. Like, it's giving Josephine.
I like the little swirl of the hair.
Yes.
And the back of her dress was cute too. It was a little
gorgeous.
moment. Yeah. I loved it.
So for those amongst us who maybe don't know the makeup world as well, who's the woman next to her?
You don't got to know the makeup world, Johnny. It's a brand. It's like Fenty Beauty.
Who? Okay.
It's a makeup brand. That's the thing. My bad. I'm sorry. So it's not like you don't have to be a makeup girl. I mean, I guess you're a man. But it's like a brand. Like if you
Okay.
go in Sephora,
There's
there's like a
TikTok algorithm.
yeah. It's like
I'm gonna change it.
Like it's like a brand.
And who's that old lady she was with?
That's the owner. That's the name of the brand. So it's like seeing Rihanna. Rihanna owns Fenty Beauty products.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh my God, that's the owner.
Okay.
Charlotte Tilbury named the product after herself. I don't know the lore. I just know Charlotte Tilbury makes some really good blush, and that was Charlotte.
And then she gave Gabby her own makeover.
I guess. I don't know the
you could say
details.
that,
I just know that's Charlotte.
She's responsible for the look.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's responsible.
And they walked out together. Yeah, I don't know the lore.
That's more than we went into it with, so I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll with that.
Charlotte, just know Charlotte is the name of a makeup brand.
Noted.
Yeah, that's all. I'm not a real makeup girly, so. But I have her blush. That's exciting.
Oh, it's so pigmented.
Yes.
Love it.
Yeah. No, I'm a fan.
Same.
Period. And then let's go into, who you feeling next? Noah, Shacarri?
Let's go with Johnny's. Oh, never mind.
Okay. All right, Noah. I mean,
It's a little understated compared to a lot of his outfits.
I would say maybe he has like an anime card in his back pocket. We just don't
You wearing
know.
some crazy shoes or something?
No,
He looks
has
he
on-
looks
he has
very
on
handsome.
shorts with long socks.
Oh, he got his nails did. The white.
Yes.
Oh, you know he stays with the nails done.
With the cane.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is that
Yeah.
a cane? Okay.
There was a lot of canes at the Met.
Yeah. But I think that's on brand for. I always forget the theme. But yeah.
Black tailor.
Tailoring black.
I don't know.
Something about like tailoring black style or something like that.
Yes.
But yeah, the cane I think is very on brand. I know he doesn't run track, but ASAP Rocky nailed it.
I liked ASAP Rocky's.
Yeah.
And then Rihanna was there.
I mean, she never misses. So
she's
that's
never making another album, but she never
I
misses.
know.
She had a +1 as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she did. She's
did.
pregnant.
She did. We're
Yeah.
pregnant with her third.
ASAP needs to stop. Please.
I hope it's
just
a-
want a song.
I hope it's a girl, but I want a song too. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the theme is super fine black tailoring style.
Yes.
Yes. I love it. Now we got to get into the last one. Certainly not least, we have Shacarri Richardson. I loved her hair. She had a grill. She had the nails. Like,
Oh, I didn't see the girl.
oh, you didn't see the girl?
No.
The girl and the nails ate. Yeah.
I love the hair though. I remember but it was like a bunch of bows at the back.
Yeah, no, we have an image of it too. But like I love the small details that she did. It was a cute little moment.
No, for sure. I did not know she had girls. I didn't look that close.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, that's
yeah. I
fine.
found a real zoomed in one. Yeah, no, I might go get a girl. Kayla Garrett runs a girl, and she's in Austin. I'm about to go find her girl person.
You know how they used to do there's like the famous mirror selfie that the celebrities will do at the Met Gala? It's like you'll get like, just the randomness of I wish we would have seen the track squad assemble for a selfie.
I don't know if they're friends.
True.
Not in a bad way, but like I don't know if they're.
Like, hey, come take a selfie with me.
Yeah, because I think Shacarri trains in Florida. Gabby trains in Austin. Noah's in Florida, but I don't think they're the same training group.
Is Noah in? Oh, actually, that might not be right.
No, he's in like Orlando or something.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, they got 24 carats in common, that's for sure.
they do. They're all gold medalists.
Touche.
Yeah, I can see Shacarri and Gabby maybe because they've been on a relay. I don't know if men's and women's USA teams intermingle unless you train together.
That's true. I wonder who's Noah's group. He doesn't train with Grant Holloway, does he?
No, that's a different. There's a lot.
He's
of
in
Florida
Gainesville, right?
groups. Grant's in Gainesville. Noah's in Orlando for sure, but there's like 3 Orlando groups. Yeah.
We gotta go out there.
Yeah,
Let's just
pop around. No, I really want to. That'd be fun. All right, I do want to go into this new segment called Sweet and Salty 60 Seconds. I'm going to put 60 seconds on the clock, and we're going to hear from Nia. Basically give us her sweet and salty takes from the track and field world over the past week. This is based off of Wonderful Pistachios. There's sweet flavors, there's salty flavors. Let me go ahead and pull up my timer. Before I pull it up, Nia, how are you feeling about this 60 seconds?
I'm excited. I'm gonna try to keep it to 60. Well, I mean, I guess I don't have a choice, right?
Yeah, you don't.
Okay.
All right, 3, 2, 1, Go.
I'll start with sweet. My sweet takes, both of my takes are going to be from World Relays. My sweet take is going to be USA women. If they keep this chemistry up, if they keep doing what they're doing, I think they can break the world record at World Championships. That's my biggest take. I think seeing that little mess up between TT Terry and Kayla White was enough for me to see that the chemistry is there. So it wasn't even their stack team. And I know they didn't medal, but I do think great. My salty take. Men's 4x1 Jamaica. What was that? Kashane Thompson didn't touch a baton at the World Relays. I am so salty about that. I'm so mad at that. I know in the final to like get a world championship time or just to qualify for world championships, that wasn't their fault. Prayers up to Julian Ford. I hope his hamstring's good. I hope it was just a cramp. I hope it wasn't a pull. But he didn't touch a baton. He did not touch one at World Relays. And nor did Johan Blake.
2, 1. Wow. You killed it.
Well done.
Thank you.
Honestly, and I agree. So let's go ahead and crack into that because I like my puns, but because I agree. I agree with both of them, actually. I'm a fan of disagreeing. I can play devil's advocate like in my sleep, but I actually agree with both of these takes. The record, I can see it going down.
I can see it going down too because there was no Gabby, there was no Shacarri. Melissa Jefferson was not there.
Yeah.
And they still ran a pretty respectable time. Again, I know they did not go on the podium, but they have a lot of good problems going into the rest of the season and going into World Championships. And again, that chemistry, I think it's one of those things where they're going to demand it, not just hope and wish for it, which I think USA men needs to take a page out of their books.
Yeah.
Before I get into the salty one, go ahead and say what you need to say because I'm still salty.
Yeah, no, of course. I think, no, I completely agree. I think it goes back to you can put the best of the best together and they still have to get the baton around. But I think the women, you oftentimes see that. I mean, men and women are separate, different coaches, different everything. So I think that's definitely a very high possibility. To your point, our technical top sprinters weren't there. Like Kayla White is still a dog. TT Terry's always on the relay. But I think 100% you put Gabby in her prime, Shacarri in her prime. You could keep TT Terry on it. But I think we have so many, like your Gina Prandini's, like we have so much depth on the women's side that we 100% can do it. And I think we can 100% get the record. I think USA women's, they're known for getting the job done.
And they're going to get a good lane because they're going to do well. Like if there's anything that I'm certain about is that they're going to do well.
Yeah.
So I think the cards will fall in their favor.
Yeah, 100%. Thoughts?
No, I mean, it's just we're in such a golden age across track and field. Like all those names you just said, like you put them together, and it's like the sky's the limit. I mean, I'm not going to push back on that at all. Yeah. Like for sure, I'm excited for Tokyo. It's going to be incredible.
I love it. Now you're salty, Nia. You're not wrong. If I were to go to China for a specific reason, and at first I was like, oh, he's an alternate, because I hadn't so when I watched the replay back, I only watched Team USA. I hate to say, I watched Jamaica, I watched Team USA on the women's side, I watched everybody. But on the men's side, I was like, let me just watch USA, see what happened, because they make me nervous every time. And I didn't see that happen, because I was like, maybe he was an alternate. You're like, no, Dimitri, the baton never made it to him.
Yeah. And also, Kashane Thompson is not going to be their alternate ever. I mean, what I will say is, luckily he didn't fly there just for that. He was already in Shanghai for Diamond League the week prior. But I was so looking forward just to see where they were at a baseline. I just wanted to see, because they didn't do great at the Olympics. So I wanted to see maybe what was fixed. I was looking forward to seeing what they would do. Did I think they were going to win? No. But I did want to see just where we were at, and maybe at that point where we can plug and play. But we just never finished the race.
What leg was he? Or where did the baton drop at?
Julian was second leg.
Is that where the baton dropped?
Yeah.
First to second?
Second to third.
And second to third both times?
Yeah. So first time, they just dropped the baton. Second time, Julian pulled up, and he was trying. He was in pain. It was hard to watch. So
that's sad.
Yeah.
Hope
so
he
now
heals.
they have to. Yeah. So now they have to qualify at some point between now and World Championships, which I don't think is going to be a problem. But I was so looking forward to seeing where they were at that moment. But I guess Nia's gonna have to move on.
I mean, you could stay on it. We got till September. I mean, they'll run it. They have to run again.
They do.
Because going back to how qualification works, there's a period between now and I believe August 2025 or they can still qualify. But there's
For
only
sure.
like certain lanes left. Like there's only so much left. They probably won't get a good lane.
Oh, I
if they
mean
didn't
like
run there, but
emotionally move on because I
Oh.
stay stuck on something.
I believe you can get over emotionally when they run and do their job.
Yeah,
I'm confident.
I hope so. You know what? I stay on stuff.
Actually,
I
I'll-
get over anything.
I'll watch the race first and then I'll let you know if you should watch it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll come back to. I'm gonna show you both of the films, and you're gonna be like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
I see the concern.
May I add in another piece of maybe salty news on the distance side that
Okay.
I didn't figure out where we could plug this in, but I don't know if you guys saw Jakob Ingebrigtsen just pulled out of the Diamond League meet that he was scheduled. I think it was Oslo, his home meet, on account of a pretty serious Achilles injury, which is what took him out last year, which is not what the Jakob fans were probably hoping to see this time of year, but
Yeah. What month is Oslo?
it's like in a month or two.
It happened last year too.
Yeah, it did.
It's very interesting because with
Yeah.
your training, you would think you would fix whatever it caused. Like to see something happen twice. It's kind of like if I were to be a coach and my athletes were to have shin splints.
Or a doctor.
Yeah, or a doctor or a DJ. But if like the same thing happens, because there was one year at Baylor, everybody had shin splints. We changed our training the next year. Like we adapted, we changed because if everybody has it, then it's like okay. Like Trip Pipper, he throws shot put. He was having groin problems or groin and then like quad problems. He changed how you change things. So I'm curious to see what changes he'll make next year because if it's the same thing twice.
Well, Demitra, I very personally am familiar with the Achilles, and I don't know if Jakob and I have the same thing going, but I hurt my Achilles in college 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I deal with it every day. So the Achilles specifically, very challenging area to like 100% heal, especially when you're running at like the best in the world level.
But I wonder, I think my thing is like, if we know that the same time every year, it's like clockwork.
True.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's very consistent.
Yeah.
Something has
But,
to change.
You know, at that top end on the men's mile 1500 side, like every week makes a difference because you're the difference between gold and fourth is milliseconds. If you miss a couple weeks or a month, apparently he's going to miss his training camp that he'd been planning to do it somewhere in Europe. I forget what the place is called, but he's postponing this training camp, and it could be a big deal. Obviously, he's so talented, but
Yeah. I'm hopeful that he'll be okay because I
am
think he's
too.
thinking bigger picture. He has till
Yeah.
September. I don't know what kind of contract he's on, but the man's making money.
Right.
Oh,
I
he's doing all
I
right.
think he can afford.
Have you seen his YouTube channel by chance?
No, I'm gonna watch. Wait, does he vlog?
Oh yeah. By the way, all the track stars are YouTubers now. It's kind of the cool thing to do right now. But yeah, his is not the traditional track stuff. It's like cars. He's doing like and nice cars, by the way. Like
I expect nothing less. He doesn't have a Honda Civic.
no, there's no Civics. They're a little bit higher price point. But yeah, he like it's like his account's like Jockey 13's Garage or something.
What?
It's like very funny. I really love seeing like a different side of these athletes, and when he's on race mode, it's like it's a different thing. Like it's kind of intimidating, but to see him share his hobbies, pretty entertaining, if anything.
That's my first plan of action after this. I hope you know that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna eat lunch. We're all gonna eat lunch. It's gonna be on my computer.
It's a good watch, but yeah, we're wishing him a speedy recovery.
Yeah, I'm
I
confident he'll
feel
be
like,
fine.
like if I'm thinking about this, kind of to your point, it's one of those things where we just adjust and make changes. I'm going to assume, obviously I don't have any inside information, that it's just precautionary because I think about certain stuff. When I spoke with Coach Alex Gibby of Harvard about Graham Blinks, he said, what's nice about him being pro versus in college is the fact that they have more control over his schedule. They said during his NCAA tenure, like he would habitually get hurt in January. And they're able to change certain stuff up. And I believe it was his Achilles as well. They're able to change some stuff up because they can almost anticipate that. So they're like, what adjustments do we need to make now? And I'm going to hope, and I'm going to assume that that's like Jakob's case right now, where it's like you feel a little bit of soreness. All right, we got to throw Oslo out the window. We got a bigger picture. We have a bigger plan.
100%.
And I think if it was just in any other meet, that would be completely a non-factor. But the thing is, this is his home game. This is his home crowd. Like I remember going there. It was the Jakob and Karsten show because it's all Norwegian fans. It's like their chance to really put on a show for their home crowd. So I'm sure everybody's going to be disappointed to hear that he's pulling out of that. But there's bigger.
It's a world championship
World
year, so
championship.
it's kind of like home court advantage is gonna have to throw that out the window. It's kind of like when Keely couldn't run the Keely Classic.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, I think maybe in a certain world, maybe she could have pushed it, but it's like, is it worth it to damage myself further in a world championship year after being defending Olympic champion? I don't think so.
Yeah, have we seen Keely lately? She hasn't opened up yet, I don't think.
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah. But I think you have to do what's best for you because the season is long. Everybody's goals are the same. Everybody's contracts are very similar. If you're on a contract, your contract is based off of you making teams, not you medaling at a random meet.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and like jumping far, throwing far, running fast, but it's world champs is everybody's goal.
Yeah, I think if this was 2026, like one of those off years, then it'd be like worth it. Okay, fine. Because what do I really have to look forward to besides maybe nationals or something like that? But yeah.
Yeah. And I think Yaka could still get enough points too to be able to make it to the final without running in Oslo. So,
yeah, no doubt.
He won Diamond League 4 times in a row, right?
yeah. That's all he'll be.
This is his
Like-
bag.
Fine. Like he's gonna rest, recover. I pray that everything goes smoothly and it's not that serious, but I hope it's just like a precautionary. Like,
Yeah.
we have bigger things, bigger picture, more records to break. Yeah.
Well, this is going to be a fun week for all of us. I think I'm excited to see how the Athletes Lounge live show is going.
Yeah.
Nia, you excited about that?
I'm so excited. I'm just ready to yap. You guys know I like to talk.
Yeah.
So now I get to talk with everyone as like the meet is going on and the live reactions. It's going to be really, really fun. And then Trey always comes in with like gummy bears. So I'm also excited for that.
I love that. That's
something to
so
look
funny.
forward to. Well, I hope I'll be able to call in. We're going to give it a test, but hopefully I'll be able to talk to you from Doha. And
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I'm speaking it into existence. You will talk to us from
yes,
Doha.
exactly.
I love it. I'll be watching, but yeah.
Well, it's the first Diamond League that I think it makes sense for Americans to be able to tune into. You're not tuning in at 2:30 in the morning or something.
I did it for World Indoors. Yeah.
That was rough.
It was,
That
but
was rough.
I'm glad that's in the past. We have a lot of cool things to look forward to.
Yes, we do.
But yeah, that is a wrap for episode 10 of the Meetup presented by Wonderful Pistachios. If you want to hear certain things, hear from certain athletes, certain people, coaches, email us below different ideas that you have. Thank y'all for watching episode 10, and we will see y'all next time. Bye, y'all.